Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pacific Standard, guys. My name is Carter Briggs, and with me, as always, are my two co-hosts, Mason Winter.
Hello.
And Abel Stoika.
Howdy. Ready to talk about some Wallace and Gromit.
This episode, we are talking about what year is this from, Abel? I should probably figure out. 2005. We are talking the 2005 Aardman Studios animated film. It's technically DreamWorks Studios, but whatever. Fucking Wallace and Gromit and the Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Abel, why don't you tell us what happened in this film?
So this movie is about Wallace and Gromit. If you're uninitiated to the Wallace and Gromit experience, the Wallace and Gromit cinematic universe, they are a man and his dog who they're both very smart. I'd say Wallace is more of an academic kind of smart and Gromit's more of a street smart. And Wallace is an inventor and they invent all sorts of things. And something usually goes wrong with them, or someone takes their invention and does something crazy with it and they have to go stop it. And in this movie, they are pest control company that has like a bunch of pest control like traps and like alarms and stuff. Wallace becomes a were-rabbit, and through some sort of machine where he's trying to implement his consciousness onto rabbits, and it ended up doing the opposite onto him, which created another rabbit that just has Wallace's characteristics, who was the funniest part of this whole movie, which is already very funny. Which takes me to the segment where we talk about our favorite lines from the movie. I gotta say, I think my favorite line is "the bounce has gone from his bungee," which
that's on my list of like top 10. I have like 10, and that's definitely on my list.
Because the rabbit is getting a human consciousness, and he's using that phrase to call Wallace insane, even though Wallace is just acting like a bunny. And he's a bunny that's acting like Wallace. Every other line that he says, it doesn't seem to really have anything to do with what's actually going on. He's just kind of saying random shit, like cheese. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the funniest part of the whole fucking movie.
He's so
it's just
good.
Whatever he says.
He's so good. Mason, what's your favorite quote?
I would say, I think I had two. Gromit, I think they're chasing. Who are they chasing at the end? Because both Wallace and Gromit are in the car, and Gromit is like pedal to the metal, like flooring it, and the car is like shaking up and down the road.
Oh no, they're not both. That's after Wallace gets out. Are you talking about before that? I think I know what one of your quotes is, Mason.
You'll buckle my trunions.
Dude, that's okay, that one, but I have another quote that I thought that you would love in particular.
Okay. What was that one?
One of my quotes that I wrote down is when they're trying to lure out that Wallace doesn't know he's the were-rabbit at this point, and neither does Gromit. And they're trying to lure out the were-rabbit, so they have a giant puppet, like kind of like feminine rabbit dancing on the roof of their car. And Wallace turns to Gromit and he goes, "Love, Gromit, the biggest trap of all."
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so stupid. But yeah, so I thought that was going to be yours. But "buckle my trunions" was so good.
Dude, I had to Google it. I was like, I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Dude, this
That's
movie...
too British.
No, I was literally... This movie is so... Along with every other Aardman Studios thing, it's so fucking British, dude. It's so like Little Hamlet British. I love it. But anyway, what was your second quote, Mace?
When they first go to... What is Helena Bonham Carter's character? Lady...
Toddington.
Well, yeah, Toddington. When they first go to her house to take care of her rabbit problem, and Lord Quartermain is there, and his toupee gets sucked off.
Oh,
and he goes, "Toupee, please." And Wallace is like, "Oh, grand, we take checks or cash." And he's like, "My toupee, you idiot."
The best part is when he whispers to Wallace, "Give me back my dignity.
Oh yeah, he's like, the least you can give back is my dignity.
It's so good. And that whole sequence is so fucking great.
I think some of the best lines, I didn't write any of these down, but some of the best ones were just when Hutch the rabbit was speaking with, Wallace's voice.
Cheese.
Dude, cheese.
That's a good one. That's a good
impression. That's in the back of my brain, and I don't even remember watching this movie as a kid, but like that's in my brain.
It's so good. He's just kind of lumbering around, and he's like, time for bed. And he...
He just knows what to do.
Yeah, he's fixing the machine in the basement, and he goes, "Oh, I'm doing it now."
I think when he's going upstairs, like he says, like heading up for bed or whatever. Like, I don't even think that he was like going to go to sleep. I think he was just walking upstairs, and he knows that means bedtime, so he just says that.
No, literally, because he goes and then he's just sitting in the bed with like stacks of cheese all around him, eating the cheese and going, cheese, I love a bit of gorgonzola.
Yeah, he was like that. I don't know what gorgonzola looks like in like a block form, but I wasn't going to picture that.
No, I love Wallace and Gromit. A big part of me wanted to do a little extra work and watch a bunch of the old shorts, like the old Aardman shorts.
Oh, yeah.
But I decided I would save that and do it as like maybe we could do it as a full episode someday. Who knows?
That sounds lovely.
But I love Wallace and Gromit. And this movie, I'm so sorry, listeners, when we review comedies without like, when we review a true comedy without some point about the world or like some grandiose adventure, what's going to end up happening is I'm just going to say all the bits that I loved in this movie. Okay? And we are now reaching...
And you're going to laugh.
Yeah, and yes, I'm going to giggle about it. Okay? That's what's going to happen.
The audience is going to laugh as well.
Yeah, and if they don't, we'll find them. That's what's going to happen next. So, I think my favorite bit is how much of a piece of shit the cop is in this town. Like, when the Reverend gets them all together at the church to talk about the were-rabbit, and they're all like yelling at each other, and the cop is like, "Oh, enough of that," and he just flinches at the whole crowd, like he does a pump at the whole crowd. It's so good. And then, this was another one of my favorite quotes. It's when Wallace, they go, "Wallace, what do we do?" And he's like, "We'll use a big trap." And then it looks like everyone is annoyed at him. But the old man sitting next to him goes, "By Jove, he's got it." And the whole church erupts in applause. Like they're all start cheering him on. It's
when Lord Quartermain is confronting Wallace and he's like, "Oh yes, you think you can pilfer my filly, don't you? You think you can con an innocent woman out of a fortune?"
I got there first. He doesn't even deny that he's trying to steal our
he's
fortune.
Like, "This is my fortune.
I've been fucking working this for years, bro. Get the fuck out of here." It's so good. I also love how immediately Lady Toddington is all about Wallace. You know what I mean? Like he shows up and immediately the vegetable/bunny pun innuendos happen.
The way that she realizes that the scary monster of the movie is really her love inside is when he does his little handshake.
He does his little stim that he has. He does his little autism Wallace stim that he has.
I mean, to be fair, in the context of this current time, he does Trump hands.
Oh no!
He really does Trump hands.
He really does. That's so disappointing. Oh no!
It would be more Trumpian if his hands were like outstretched and like flat, but he has them like in a tube shape, pointing in on each other. Like,
and Aardman characters do have ginormous hands. Aardman characters famously have the biggest hands you've ever seen.
Well, Lady Toddington's lips are giant.
Massive. You know what I noticed about the bunny, about the female bunny costume?
Huh.
it's if Lady Toddington was a were-rabbit. It looks like the lips are literally the same shape. Like it's the same. Which
is a good foreshadowing to it's Wallace.
Yes, no, it's great, and then, I just love. There's so many good bits in this movie. I love that there's a dog fight with quarter fucking put a quarter in planes. Gromit and Lord Quartermain's dog have a dog fight in little toy planes. Also, Wallace's CPR is cheese. They bring Wallace back to life with cheese.
Oh yeah, or the BV-6000,
the Bunvac 6000,
capable of 125 RPM. That's rabbits per minute.
Love it. I think some of the funniest stuff, honestly, is the weird vegetable innuendo flirting that Wallace and Lady Toddington do. There's a part where they're in her greenhouse on top of her fucking manor, and she she calls it her inner sanctum, and she puts her hands on two melons, and they've made it so that it looks like the melons are her breasts.
Right as she says, what Lord Quartermine's never been a fan of my produce.
Yes, it's so good. And she's like, "What do you think, Wallace?" And Wallace is turning into the were-rabbits like as they are having that conversation. So he's like freaking out about all this produce, and he sees a woman. She does that. She's like literally tapping them, and he starts licking his lips, going nuts. He's like, "Oh, I appreciate it." Oh,
Carter, about the melons. There was a line earlier that I had forgot to mention about when they have the fake dummy the female were-rabbit up on top of the van. And Wallace is trying to get him. He's like, come on, Gromit, a bit more, alluring. And then Gromit starts like, basically like, sexy dancing, man.
He's rocket dancing. He does a rocket move.
He's popping his hips. He's swinging it.
He's got the wink.
He hits a pedal to wink.
And then Wallace is indeed very British and reminiscent of, Austin Powers. He's like, oh, very cheeky.
I love Aardman. This is the same studio that it did a movie that we're definitely going to do at some point. They did Chicken Run. Yeah. Aardman is just a great studio.
Flushed Away, right?
Flushed Away. I don't remember liking Flushed Away as much as Chicken Run and Wallace and Gromit.
Flushed Away was like my sister's. That was a shit.
In 6th grade, the computer teacher would only play the Flushed Away soundtrack.
What the fuck? Like the licensed music for it, or like the score?
The licensed music for it.
Oh, okay.
So that song, Hey You Pussycat, from like the 50s, I fucking hate that song. I like can't hear it because I'm like, I heard this every day for like a year and I want to kill someone. Like, it's awful. I can't listen to it ever again. It's terrible.
What an interesting choice of like a soundtrack to loop. Flushed Away. He must have like just really liked it when he saw the movie and bought it on CD. I remember when I saw this for the first time, I hardly remember this, but it's been told back to me a few times that I went. It was like a year or two after the movie came out. I would have been like 5 or 6. And my sister is 2 years younger than me. And my mom took us to the movie theater, and they would do like the $1 kids movies during the summer just to get kids in the theater. And we went to go see this. And so my sister was like, like 3 or 4, would not stop crying because she was so scared of the were-rabbit. And my mom like had never taken us both to like a movie before where it was just her. Apparently it was like it was just a big lesson for my mom on like what kids can watch and what kids can't watch, especially at that young of an age. Because watching this again now, because I don't remember the last time I've seen it. So this is like watching it for the first time almost to me. I can very clearly see where this would be really scary if you had no concept of the world and animation, being able to separate fantasy from reality. This would be horrifying. if you didn't know that were-rabbits were not real and actually just clay figures.
Weren't real.
I don't remember how old I was, but I had my dad change the song one time because I was like, yo, this song is scaring me. I don't know. I wish I knew.
Which song was it?
No.
It was the Jaws
I'm pretty
music.
sure it wasn't anything about like, the music itself. I'm pretty sure from what I can vaguely remember, it was like the person's voice was like weird to me. And it like freaked me out. And I was like, yo, change that.
Turn that shit off.
But in the vein of what Abel was talking about with how scary the were-rabbit was for his sister and how traumatic, I did find it funny how the Reverend was like describing the were-rabbit and trying to make it sound terrifying, but still describing a rabbit's features, where he was like, it had teeth like axe blades and ears like tombstones.
He just describes a fluffy little bunny.
Buck teeth and big ears.
I
know some chicks that look like that.
Oh boy. Oh no. We can't get canceled.
I'm dropping names. This person.
This shallow into our podcast.
This person.
I don't know any girls that look like that. I do know a couple dudes that I'm like, you look bunny-esque. You look like a widow
No,
rabbit.
obviously I personally don't. It was a joke, but like there's people who look like that for sure.
This is now a mean podcast. We just get mean.
Yeah, we're the bullies. We're bully podcast. I said cute little wabbit, all right? Maybe that's a good thing.
Maybe. You don't know me. Maybe I like that.
Maybe that's alluring, okay? Jesus. Maybe I'm a were-rabbit. Maybe I beat my chest and howl into the moon, and then a bunch of little bunnies in the forest beat their chest and howl into the moon as well.
Maybe this movie was an awakening for me, huh? As a kid?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Abel's a rabbit furry. Oh, no. Oh, no. This just in, listeners. This just in. If you see a big rabbit at like a furry convention, it's Abel. Just to be clear.
Oh, you actually just jogged my memory. When he is trying to get his toupee, Lord whatever his name, when he's trying to get his toupee out of the rabbit machine, he's like, no, you idiot, my hair. And then Wallace is like, no, this is a rabbit machine. Hairs are much too large. He's like, there's nothing but rabbits in there. You won't find a hair in there.
The best modern take on Who's on First ever is the fucking trying to get a toupee out of the Bunvac 2000 or 6000 or whatever.
Just like any conversation between those two is just a gold mine for that kind of interaction.
It's so good. Also, I don't know. Look. I don't like the way British people say most words. Bothers me deep
it's
in my
still
core.
A mean podcast.
It's still a mean podcast. Fucking veg. Why are people saying veg? This you can't say veggie, vegetable. You gotta say veg. Who says veg?
Not us.
Can't be having that veg. Can't be having that veg. That's a little too ridiculous. That's my impression of a British person.
I loved how this movie, like the entire plot, like is a parody of like horror movies and like monster movies. But it's like for kids as well, and the parody is like, oh, it's funny that it's for kids. How the whole movie, instead of like people being killed, it's just vegetables getting like brutally like eaten overnight by the were-rabbit. Like that nobody like gets hurt in this movie really, except for like Wallace at the end. But the whole parody,
Gromit's prized veg.
Yeah,
his prized melon.
It's just all about vegetables,
and
there's no like gore or anything. It's just like, vegetables getting eaten. That's the gore. I found that very charming.
I do love that in very horror movie fashion, the were-rabbit seems to take like one bite out of each vegetable and then just leave it like a corpse.
It wouldn't be very scary if there was just nothing.
I feel like that's way more scary. You wake up in the morning and there's giant footprints in your yard and your yard is stripped bare. I'd be like, fuck, I'm moving. I'm fucking out of here. This sucks. But if I saw just a comically large bite out of a melon, I'd be like, what the fuck?
It's eating for pleasure now, not sustenance.
It's the the Jurassic World scene. It's just melons strewn about a field.
Well, there's stories about like wolves and stuff doing that like stuff to like cattle, just like going on a rampage and just killing a bunch of them and not eating them. But like, yeah, exactly like that too.
That's so funny to me. Just a bunch of fucking pumpkins with a bite taken out of them. Just a big honk, big chomp.
Big honk.
I love the Beauty and the Beast kind of sequence at the end, where Lady Toddington is dressed like a carrot, and Wallace like absconds with her up the side of a building.
When because I haven't seen it in such a long time, I thought that when Gromit was going for the plane, I was like, oh, we have a mock King Kong situation coming up. But no.
Yeah, because he holds her like fucking King Kong.
Yeah, I figured it would be more of a Beauty and the Beast scenario because there was a man chasing him up.
Well, yeah, but I thought we could at least have the moment of him on climbing with her and then Gromit flying around.
'Twas beauty that killed the were-rabbit. 'Twas veg that killed the were-rabbit.
'Twas
not
veg.
Really,
I wonder how many times those two words were said right next to each other.
'Twas veg? Probably a lot if British people say veg. If British people exclusively say veg,
Throughout
probably
history,
quite a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Fucking.
just say aluminium.
Yeah, that's gross. It's aluminum. I know it's not spelled aluminum, but fuck you. It's aluminium. Aluminium. Oh, I can't wait to drink a nice crisp aluminium can of Coca-Cola. Oh goodness golly gee. Another impression of British people. Mason loves British people though.
Oh yeah. Fucking no. Dude, I'm not trying to get stabbed. Chefed up, mate.
Oi, run your trainers. What the fuck? Also,
that's sneakers, bro. What are you talking about?
I know. I'm saying they call sneakers trainers.
Yeah, but they would be like, run your pockets. They wouldn't be like, run your trainers.
No, they fucking have, and they would. They'd be like, I like your fucking trainers, mate. Give me some. And they'll pull up the tiniest little knife you ever seen.
That was accurate. Give me some? No.
Give me
some. That means one shoe.
Yeah, here. Half. Half.
We'll trade these.
You give me your little tiny knife, and I give you my little trainers.
Someone who's getting mugged, and they say, give me that, and they're pointing a knife out, and the person getting mugged just thinks that they're trying to trade a knife for the
But no, honestly, it's not even like knives at this point. Have you do either of you guys click on horrible videos and then get more in your feed?
What do you define horrible?
Do you have a morbid curiosity?
Oh no, Mason's got beheading videos in his fucking.
I don't, but I've seen them.
Oh no!
Like a feed on what?
So, some of these gangs now in like Britain, where like you just can't get a hold of guns, or it's like way more difficult. They're not even running around with knives now. The way that gang members in the United States will pull AK-47s from nowhere out of their jeans, like British guys will do it with machetes. So like a man draws a sword on you, and then you have to duel.
Wait.
So
wait.
It's wild in these streets.
We're living in feudal England at this point.
If you're in Britain, they've regressed to feudal duels. Yes.
So I gotta carry a big axe like a fucking Viking, of old to protect myself from these bandits running amok across the British countryside.
To protect thy honor, Lord, and of thy lady.
Well, I wouldn't want to lose my trainers.
Yeah.
They say words funny. That's a clip. By the way, Abel, clip that. That's the next TikTok video.
No, that'd be yoinking sabatons. What is it? What's the name for the foot armor? Isn't it like
fucking no?
Isn't it sabaton? I think it's like sabaton.
What am I, a medieval podiatrist? What the fuck is going on?
No, you would be a blacksmith. You'd make armor.
No,
it's not a foot. It's an armor that goes on the foot.
In my head, it's like getting custom insoles. It's like
Yeah, you wouldn't go to the No. It's not like that. It's so you don't get shot in the foot with an arrow, dude. It'll mess your day up.
I'm sorry, that was so funny. No.
Because I caught myself in what I was saying. I almost came onto this podcast being like, little side characters who don't talk much, don't really aren't my favorite. And then I was like, hold on, Hodor, Chewbacca. I was like, damn, there's some good ones. So I was like, I can't say that.
Oh, I see. How could you not like Gromit? Gromit's the best part of Wallace
I do
and
like Gromit, but there's certain parts where I'm like, oh, okay.
So you watched a movie with a good example of something that you usually don't like, and then your takeaway was, I should talk about how much I don't like this, and then describe how much I actually like this one, though.
Yes. Simply put, yeah.
Gromit's the GOAT.
Gromit is the GOAT, but he's also a dog. This podcast is stupid. This is fucking stupid.
When Wallace has bunny ears and he's eating a carrot and he's like, what's up, dog? That's how you know he's a dog.
Oh, man. Okay, I'm calm and I'm ready to talk about Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit. I'm back.
Okay.
I'm ready to talk about it.
I'm ready to talk about it. Fucking... How do you guys usually feel about slapstick? This has some slapstick, but it's not exclusively slapstick. How do you feel about it?
When it's funny, and when it's not, it's just kind of boring to watch.
That's true.
I feel like people getting hit isn't necessarily funny, but there is a lot of funny things you can do with that.
I think any airbag bit is amazing.
Well, that was a great way to end a scene.
So it was.
That was at the end of a chase scene, right?
Yeah, he's been taken underground. He's crashed through 1,000 things, and the airbag doesn't go off, but he punches his steering wheel and it goes off. It's so good. What a good clip. What a good just ending point. Just a fucking big explosion.
That crazy explosion when the dog in the plane crashes into the ground, that was such a huge explosion. I was like,
that's a dead dog. He killed that dog.
Yeah, that's death.
He killed the ugliest dog in the world. He killed he killed that shark, that crocodile that was pretending to be a dog.
It didn't look like they filmed an explosion for the movie. They just found some through some asset library or something. And it reminded me of the shots in the movie where the camera pans, but instead of doing it frame by frame, they just recorded a video of the camera panning, and it just makes the world feel, I don't know, it just had a really unique effect that I thought was really, really cool, because it kind of pulled you out, but also into the movie. It was very jarring, and you go, oh shit, what was that? That was a video, that was live action footage and not stop motion. Did you guys notice that?
I get real sucked up into stop motion worlds. I stop thinking about it almost immediately. I don't know. There's something about the craft that I just love. And I just immediately, the second I see it, I'm like, disbelief suspended. Fuck this. It's all real. It's a real rabbit. It's real. Fuck this. Because I know that somebody put 10,000 hours into, you know what I mean? This. These are insane. Oh, but they're so good.
I think there was only one scene where I noticed it, but I thought it was kind of cool. But I was like, oh yeah, those are for sure. I can see the finger grooves of somebody's fingertip in the clay.
Yeah, you see that a lot in the earlier Wallace and Gromit stuff. But there's definitely moments where I'm like, that's a fingerprint. That dude's got a fingerprint on his forehead. And it does add to the charm. I think it adds to the charm.
Yeah. It's not super apparent unless you're kind of looking for it in a way. I didn't notice shit, but I'm also watching this on a projector on a fucking shower curtain. So I guess I wouldn't notice.
I forgot your movie setup.
Yeah. Today we moved the projector into the room, and now it's just on a wall. Yeah.
Well, that's not as fun, is it?
No, but it's a lot more space conscious. Doesn't take up as much room.
Oh, well, the shower curtain days are done, I guess. Oh,
No,
well.
not yet. We're just gonna wheel it back out here eventually. It's literally on like a rolly, like, I don't know. It's got wheels on it.
It's like when it was movie day in the year 2006.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's not. It doesn't look like that at all. I think it's like we got it on Facebook Marketplace. It's like, I think it's supposed to be like a record player thing because the top thing comes off and it looks like you could fit a record player in there, but it just has my Xbox. So yeah, I guess it is kind of just like movie day, Bill Nye type shit.
This is fascinating. Mason, what do you watching your movies on?
I don't want to talk about it.
Is it worse than a shower curtain?
No,
Go on,
but like,
buddy.
frankly, like, I have like a big TV in my room, and I have a computer with 3 monitors. But often you'll find me like on the floor or in my bed, just on my phone, watching something.
Oh,
So yeah,
we gotta fucking get David Lynch on your ass.
Oh my god.
you seen that video?
Surrounded by screens. He's surrounded by fucking screens. Mason is literally surrounded by screens. He's like in a fucking CIA fucking analyst headquarters. And he's like, better watch Wallace and Gromit on my phone.
One of my friends from college, I'm pretty sure he watched the entirety of Game of Thrones in his bed on his phone. And that was so like saddening to hear. Like,
Not even on a laptop?
no, I could get laptop. I would much prefer to watch it on like a real like big TV or something, but a laptop will work. But a phone, come on. I mean, he had a laptop too. I know that he had a laptop.
Anybody, you guys got anything else to say about old mates Wallace and or Gromit?
I thought it was paced so well. I love short movies. Short movies are the best kind of movies.
They are the best kind of movies. It is. Jesus, I stutter a lot on this fucking podcast. It's perfect. It's the perfect length, and it really moves at a clip. You're never sitting in anything for too long. It's great.
Yeah, if you make a movie that's less than 100 minutes, like, just thank you. It's so great.
You're my favorite person. All these directors out here being like, my masterpiece needs to be 4 hours at least.
We'll save
And
it for
Wallace-
the Snyder Cut video.
I'm not fucking watching that, Abel. I fucking refuse to watch that. I won't do it unless the listeners ask me to.
Listeners, ask
I
him
have
to.
the power.
Mason's gonna make a bunch of bot accounts and start that all just say, Carter, watch the Schneider Cut.
Nah, it's just there's 3 votes in the Council of Elders, and Abel wants it. All I have to do is vote with Abel.
No.
I think it would be fun to do at some point. I'm not saying necessarily right now, but it is. I would watch it. I watched it when it came out.
Carter, we'll do a Zack Snyder month.
Why do you hate me? You don't like me.
We can watch his good movies.
'Cause
Though.
you
We can
bully
watch
me.
like Dawn of the Dead.
Because I bully you.
I will exact vengeance.
Me and Mason aren't actually friends. This is the bit. Mason and me haven't been friends since high school. Mason has been waiting for me to go, you want to start a podcast?
No, I owed Carter a favor since high school, and he finally cashed in.
This is a crazy amount of time for a favor.
This is a crazy one. We're already, like 12 hours deep into this?
I don't
This
know.
is, I think, like episode 8 or something. Maybe no, more than that.
We're
like
dating
10.
the episode. Damn it.
Well,
We're banking them. Listeners, we bank the episodes. This just in.
Oh, no.
We've been banking them. The listeners are going to have our ass for this.
yeah, all 5 of
If
them.
only they knew.
All 5 of them.
I think 3 of them are us too.
No, I only clicked on the first one. I can't listen to my own voice.
You have to.
You keep saying this. I
It's
don't have
growth.
to do I don't have to do shit.
This is the
Learn
mean
stuff about
episode.
yourself.
This is the mean episode. April is so uncomfortable with how mean we're being, Mason.
No, I just don't. I'm not taking part in it. I'm just pointing it out.
I'm sorry. I reverted into my bully behavior. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if that triggered you, Mason. I know.
I'm sorry, listeners.
I'm sorry, listeners. If my bullying behavior has triggered you in any type of way, that's on me. I will seek to rectify my behavior.
Repent.
Dear God.
Doing a fucking British accent.
Dear God, I also have a humbly request your forgiveness. I shall leave out a humble offering of veg and trainers.
A humble?
And
Mrs.
jellied
Mulch?
eels. Mrs. Mulch.
That was one of the underrated lines. When the preacher hears the were-rabbit burp for the first time, and he's like, Mrs. Mulch?
It's so good. And then later in the movie, when he has the magazine and it's nun wrestling, he's got a nun wrestling.
I didn't even notice that. That's fucking hilarious.
It's so fucking funny. He's like, not that book. So stupid. The preacher. Also, I don't want to call it British because, as we've established, I'm not a bully anymore. But everyone in Aardman movies has the biggest underbite or overbite and the ugliest teeth I have ever seen. It's terrifying to look at.
That's what I was going to mention earlier. No, nobody actually has Wallace teeth. So, what are we talking about here?
I don't know. I think there are people who do.
Carter, stop. I'm trying to crawl my way out. Okay, and you just kicked me back in, and now I'm free falling.
I'm like a corrupting force. I'm the devil on your shoulder. I think they do have Wallace teeth. Evil's definitely the angel on your shoulder being like, no one has Wallace teeth. It's an animation. It's an animated movie.
His teeth are made of clay. That's not true. That's kind of mean. Don't say that.
There was only one scene I noticed it, but do they do something to Wallace's teeth to make them look like they're covered in cheese?
They're just made of clay.
No,
And the cheese is also made of clay.
I feel like his teeth look different than others. Like there's a cheese film on the chompers.
They have a little they have a little holographic film they put on, and it doesn't just
teeth.
look.
He has rare teeth. It's the set of Wallace teeth.
I like the idea that the Wallace figurine smells like cheese. Also, Wallace must smell like cheese in a way that is awful, in a horrific capacity.
He has tonsil stones that are solid cheese. He has cheese infecting his pores.
That's so gross. This has just become the roast of Wallace. But yeah, Wallace must smell like cheese in a way that's ridiculous. But Lady Tottington seemed into it. She seemed really about him. Until the end, where he kind of is like, nah, I'm good. But here's a rabbit that says shit that I say.
Yeah, here. Have all my rabbits.
Have all my rabbits. And also, this one talks and goes, geez, from time to time. And wears the same sweater vest that I wear.
I want that one. That would be such a fun roommate.
I don't know. Here's why I was like, what the hell? Is because she's like, oh, I wish you could stay. They live in the same fucking town. You know what I mean? It's like a 15-minute drive. And two, he's like, I know you have like these feelings for me, and I'm not gonna. I think we should end it here. But anyway, I'm gonna leave a little piece of myself here at Tonnington Hall. Fuck.
Hall.
Tonnington Hall.
And then the fucking rabbit in the rabbit in a sweater vest jumps up and he's like, "Cheese! Whoa! I love crackers.
Gromit.
Must have crackers with the cheese, Gromit."
No, he says, I'm crackers for cheese.
But like, that's a weird thing to leave. That's like, I'm seeing a girl, I break up with her, and I'm like, anyway, here's a dog with my face. Have this dog with my face.
But they didn't break up.
I know, but it seems like they aren't going to see each other again. Am I wrong?
I don't know. Lady Tottington seemed into it.
I know. I agree.
I say if she's not like, obviously don't move Wallace into the bedroom, but let him live in the West Wing and be the rabbit tender. Like,
He could have his own invention wing. That'd be good.
what was the line he had he was like making his invention and he was talking about oh yeah, just a bit of harmless brain alteration, that's all.
And Gromit's face, he's like,
Dude, honestly, half of like Gromit's humor felt to me like him just giving the camera wide eyes like Jim Halpert and then us laughing because Wallace is crazy.
Because Wallace is insane. Also, you know what thing I've wanted since I was like 3 and I saw the first Wallace and Gromit thing that I'd ever seen? Their fucking Rube Goldberg ass wake up machine that like makes you breakfast and gets you dressed. I've never wanted. There's stuff I've wanted more, but as a 3-year-old, there was nothing I wanted more than that.
Is it like the same machine in every movie, or is it like slightly different?
I think it's slightly different, but this one, I love that Wallace is putting on a little bit of weight, so they have to hammer him through the hole. And the first thing Wallace says is, "That hole's getting smaller, I swear."
All right, should we rate this?
Yeah, right. What's your rating, Abel?
I love this movie. I love Wallace and Gromit. I'm going to give this one a 9.
Is that the first 9 Abel's given?
Yeah, I don't think I've even given an 8 yet, so.
Holy shit. Didn't give a 9 or an 8 to fucking Treasure Planet. Oh, sorry, Abel. That's the one you keep calling Treasure Island and named our episode of the podcast Treasure Island.
Thanks for clarifying. I would have totally not realized it.
That was so funny. Anyway, what about you, Mason?
I'll be honest. I was gonna give it a 6, but after Abel's rating, I might have to give it like a 5.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah.
Can you explain yourself?
I think it's like I don't think it's a bad movie. Like I didn't give it it's still above halfway. Like it's not a 2 or a 1. And there's funny moments. I think it's a great kids movie, but like I don't think it's like a cherished piece of cinematography for me. No, sorry.
Okay.
That's your opinion, man.
Abel will never bully. He won't. He won't
I mean,
stoop to it.
I mean,
he bullied MGK like 2 episodes ago. What the fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? This is preposterous.
MGK, come on. That's different.
I took a movie that I personally loved, and honestly, if I had chosen, I would have given it a 10. But I chose to be constructive and acknowledge the flaws it had, and I gave it an 8. And we're not going to talk about which movie that is, but you know which movie that is. I will leave it at that.
Listeners, you fucking know. You fucking know, listeners.
No, because it's not out yet.
It'll be out by the time we do this.
You're dating the episode.
Quit dating the episode.
By acknowledging that it's not out yet, you're dating the episode.
Yeah. We already dated the episode. It's done. It's cat's out of the bag. It's been dated.
Cat's out of the bag. It's November, okay?
November 2023. We're recording these a year in advance.
We got these baked for a whole year, bitches. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna give this movie. A 9.
Oh yeah,
I really like this movie. I really like it. I love Aardman Studios. I love claymation. I don't know why.
I know why.
Why?
I'm not telling you.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. That's kind of fucked. Okay. But yeah, 9. Fucking. So that's it. It's time. Abel, do you know what time it is?
I believe it's wheel time.
It's time for our brand spanking new segment where we decide what comes out, what we're doing next. So, Abel, how about you spin that wheel?
It's time to spin the wheel.
Woo! I love spinning wheels.
All right. It's spinning. We got Best Picture nominee. What's a Best Picture nominee I can do? Let's do Slumdog Millionaire. You guys seen that one?
I have not. I have not seen Slumdog Millionaire. Mason, you seen it?
I cherish that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yes. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll be back here next week talking about Slumdog Millionaire.
You guys can check us out on Instagram and TikTok at Pacific Standard Guys. No spaces, no fucking underscores. And email us. Send in some fucking fan mail. I want to get some emails. Send in fan mail to pacificstandardguys@gmail.com. Or tell us you hate us. Either way, it's engagement. We love engagement.
Yeah. Like the video, comment the video, subscribe the video.
Just the video, though. Just the video, though. Not
do whatever else you want to do with the video. Just leave us out of it.
Anyway, that's the episode. We'll see you next time.
Take care.
I've got a burger to get to.
Leave it in. Leave it in.